That's my secret, Cap. I'm always sore.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. No. Didn't we already do an intro like that?
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always sore.
Okay, so he totally did the same intro twice. Why would he do that?
Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Anime Training. I'm the anime trainer and it's that time again. It's leg day. That's right, today we're talking about Oliva's second leg day and the final workout of the week. If you remember, and how could you forget, the last leg day was punishing. But a large portion of that was just because of the abs. And guess what? It's basically the same, but different. I hope you guys are excited because your abs are probably just barely recovered and it's time to mess them up again. Oh, and the leg part? That part's harder too. At least tomorrow's a rest day, right? Right? Yeah, it's a rest day. Thank God! If this is your first Oliva video, you've come too far, you need to go back. The chest and back video is the first day. In a few days, we'll post the full program and how to put it all together. But for now, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can get updated with new workouts when they pop up. Much like the last leg day, Oliva throws us a curveball and does his ab work first. Fortunately this time, he cranks the weight up a little bit and saves us from having to do 1,600 freaking reps of abs. We start off with 5 sets of 10 weighted sit-ups with 60 to 90 seconds of rest in between those sets. And praise the Lord, it's only 5 sets of 10. Our goal here is to use the same weight for all 5 sets of 10, but the last couple of reps on each should feel very difficult, and you should almost not be able to complete the last couple of reps on the last set. You can hold the weight just under your chin or stack a dumbbell on each shoulder, but you should not be holding the weight in your hands and tossing it forward in order to help you get off the ground. I see that with way too many people doing weighted sit-ups. It's not a weighted sit-up if you're using the weight to counterbalance yourself up off the floor. All the way up, all the way down, control the reps, and don't slam yourself into the ground. Next, we've got 5 sets of 10 leg raises with 60 to 90 seconds rest between those sets. Once again, we have the option of doing them on the ground or do them hanging from a bar. I would recommend doing them from a bar on this day if you can, just because the theme of the day is more difficulty rather than a massive amount of reps. On the ground, hands under your butt, shoulders off the ground, bring your legs up to perpendicular. From the ground, bring them back down until they almost touch the ground in a controlled manner. When hanging from the bar, do not swing your legs. Control is the biggest part of this movement. Bring them up parallel to the ground and return them to hanging position. If this starts to get easier, you can slow the movement down, wear leg weights, or even change the movement to a strict controlled movement where you bring your toes up all the way to the bar. For the final ab exercise, we are back to side bends with a 45-pound bar on your back. We've got 5 sets of 50 with 60 to 90 seconds rest in between those sets, which is a dang sight better than 5 sets of 200. If you're not used to this movement, still begin without any weight and get used to the number of repetitions. Left, right, back to center, 1 rep. After you are able to do all 5 sets of 50 reps, you can start doing the first 10 reps of each set with the bar and gradually increase over several weeks or months until you are doing them all with the bar on your back. If by some stretch of the imagination after months of training you feel comfortable on this, the second ab day of the week, to do all 5 sets of 50 reps with the bar, you can start to increase the weight very slowly. And by slowly, I mean 2.5 pounds per side of the bar. Remember to put on the collars because the weight will fall off. This, however, should also take you quite some time to even get to this point. Now that the abs are out of the way, it's time for the more difficult leg day of the week. That's right, Oliva saved the hardest leg workout for the last day of the week like some kind of masochist.
Who are you calling a masochist?
And I'm a sadist, so that makes us perfect for each other.
Starting off with 8 sets of 10, working up to 65% of your 1 rep max on squats. And then 3 sets of 20 rep squats with 40% of your 1 rep max. All of these sets are 60 to 90 seconds rest in between them. And that sort of looks like this all together. The 8 sets of 10 reps, first set, 30% of your 1 rep max. Second set, 35% of your 1 rep max. Third set, 40% of your 1 rep max. Fourth set, 45% of your 1 rep max. Fifth set, 50% of your 1 rep max. Sixth set, 55%. Seventh set, 60%. And the 8th set, 65% of your 1 rep max. And then you're going to back off the weight, back down to 40%, and do 3 sets of 20. If you've never done 20 rep squats, they are killer. There's going to be a massive amount of burn in your legs and your butt and your lower back, and you're going to be breathing really hard. So make sure that you get your mind right before you do each set, because it's going to be rough. Chest up, moving with your hips, not letting your knees fall in or the weight rolled forward to your toes. Tops of thighs should hit at least parallel to the floor at the bottom of the movement. Drive your feet through the floor and squeeze that booty. And keep the core tight, because your posture is going to fall to pieces after 11 sets of squats if you don't. Speaking of posture, the next exercise is 5 sets of 10 reps of front squats, building up to 32.5% of your 1 rep max on back squat. You're going to rest 60 to 90 seconds between each set, and we're using the percentage of the back squat just for ease of calculations. These sets will look like this. First set is 20% of your 1 rep max back squat. Second set is 25% of your 1 rep max back squat. Third set is 27.5% of your 1 rep max on back squat. Fourth set is 30% of your 1 rep back squat. And fifth set is 32.5% of your 1 RM on back squat. For the front squat, the bar will rest on your front delts. Hands will be placed just outside your shoulders, and you will keep your elbows as high as possible. If you let your elbows drift down, your posture will break and the bar will fall, and that is not going to feel nice. If you can't get into this position because of shoulder mobility, you can hold the bar in place by crossing your arms over your chest and holding the bar just in front of your neck. But you still have to keep your elbows high. The form for the squat remains the same. Feet just outside hips, chest high, move with your hips first, tops of thighs parallel to the ground, at least at the bottom. Squeeze your butt, drive your feet through the floor, stand back up, get it done. And thankfully, we are done with squats. After 16 godforsaken sets of squats, we are done. Oliva, you're a freaking animal. Now we get to work on the calves. Good old calves. We're going to move to a seated calf raise, 5 sets of 5 with an increasingly heavier weight. 60 to 90 seconds between those sets. You won't be able to lift as much in the seated calf raise as you can in the standing calf raise, and that's just because of the position of the leg during the movement. Rest the pad on the tops of the knees, place the ball of your foot on the lifting platform, let the calf stretch as far as it will go down, and then in a controlled motion, press the ball of your foot into the platform and extend at the ankle. Squeeze the calf at the top of the movement for 1 to 2 seconds to get a little bit of extra oomph into it. And that's it, boys! We made it through! We're alive! All 6 Oliva workouts have been completed. Pat yourself on the back, have a protein shake, and make sure you stretch well after the workout. I want to say, as always, that this is a massive amount of volume. Huge volume. And you are not likely used to this level of training, so do yourself a favor, take it slow, use lighter weights than you think you need to at the beginning, because you are not a world champion bodybuilder. So make sure that you are kind to yourself and don't compare yourself to Oliva, the real life version or the fictional version, especially not at the beginning. I'm sure you guys have some questions about this workout. How do I progress the lifts from week to week, month to month? What about deloads? Where are the deadlifts? We're going to address those questions and much more in the full program video, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys, and I'd like to especially thank our patrons, as always. I'm the Anime Trainer, and until next time, good luck and train hard.